I really like your work. There is this one question I'm constantly asking designers. I'm not getting the answers. I thought of asking you. Can you share some tips like how we can improve our design skills? Like generally, like when we design, we look for the concepts and things from Pinterest or Instagram or whatever page. So if you can guide me like how I can better my designing skills.
The way I better my design skills is look at other designers' work. Okay. So I always get inspired. I'm always stalking them. I'm trying to see what best they are doing. Okay. And I'm always stealing ideas from them. Yeah. That's what I do.
And one more question, like, is like reading different designing books or magazines, do they really help, you know, when we are doing the concept things for the project, whatever we are doing? So reading magazines and books really helps, like?
I would say definitely it does. But read only the foreign ones because they can't sue you.
So you started off with a budget of 30 crores.
That's right.
It doesn't seem that it ended with the same budget. And usually that happens in a project. What do you think? I just wanted to know how much did you cross the budget? Or did you even do that?
It would have definitely gone up by maximum a crore and not more than that.
Really?
Yeah, because it was very tightly monitored and I had to literally beg my clients for money at the end. So I realized that they had stuck to the budget.
Perfect. That doesn't usually happen though.
Yeah, because we use, so if you see, we use a lot of recycled materials from the site. The labor was stationed at the project during the pandemic. We used tandoor stone, which costed us only 30 or 35 rupees per square foot. We didn't have it CNC cut. So on the pictures you can't see it, but it was laid with extreme amount of gaps. So we took a lot of care for the budget not going up.
But recycling the metal, the MS metal on site, it requires a lot of refining and actually ends up costing more than buying the new
It does,
piece.
but then the cost of labor in this particular project was very, very high. Not the materials as such.
All right, perfect.
Hi, my name is Aamir Sharma.
Hi.
So my question is on the same project. Like you said, you started with the project and you opened up all the slabs.
That's right.
So what was the initial input from the client and how did you brief the client? How did you educate the client on what you wanted to do? Because this must have been a challenge to actually explain the client about opening up the slabs and coming up with a new design.
So I always work with a lot of volumes. So I had done an existing place for this client and it was in Hyderabad. The name of the project in 2016 was Prost. And I had done something similar at that point of time where I had created volumes which people loved. So I wanted to do the same over here. Plus I told them the more floor plate you have, the more square footage there is. The more square footage there is, the more you're going to spend. And the more you're going to spend, this budget is not going to be enough. So that's the way I managed to convince them.
That's a really nice answer.
What goes into the process of developing your own architectural style? Like you said, you take inspiration from other designers. But at a time when we are seeing their images, their projects, we try to copy them and somewhat their style becomes our style. So what goes in this process that how we can develop our own architectural style?
That's a good question. So basically everybody has his own style while designing. Some people like art decor, some people like classical. In our firm we don't have a style. So basically we keep innovating, we keep seeing what are the new trends, what people are up to. Like I told you, I stalk a lot of people, so that's how I come up with ideas and I always try to be better than them.
Okay, actually I wanted to ask this, what goes into your process of coming to an idea, then developing it, and then how you break it into a standing building, that thing?
So basically Hameeda is the main creative designer. She is the back end. So as soon as I get a project, I just give it to her. She comes up with most of the concepts and then I develop on them.
Okay. Thank you, Aamir. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
This installation that you've done right in the center, I'm sure there must have been a lot of structural constraints because you haven't worked on the structural aspect of the structure because that stays as it is, right?
That's
so
right.
It must have added a lot of load or it decreased the load. Could you work on that aspect and what was your interaction with the structural engineer, because we don't kind of vibe with them, so if you could shed some light on that.
That's a great question. So basically, yes, the structure was very heavy in the center, and we only had at that point of time to make video calls with the structural engineers. So what you see in the structure, it was a metal grid. The metal grid is not getting a support from the ceiling. It is only from the columns all around, and that's how we struck. Then there was a framework made. The framework is only 2.5 by 2.5 inches in width, and then it was supported with the weather boards that were screwed on. So all the support is only on the columns, not even on the beams. So the entire mesh that we had created where the structure stands is on the columns, and only 10 to 15% is on the load distribution is on the slab. So that's how we achieved it.
Thank you.
So this project is almost architectural in its scale and its intervention in taking not just the suspended sculpture, but also breaking all the diaphragms in the slabs. So how do you make that transition between an interior design firm and doing something that's so architectural in scale?
All meditation, sir. Only meditation, sir.